There we go. Okay. All right. Are we back on? Are we waiting for the?
It's about a 4-second delay, so it should be.
Okay, so we're ready to go? Okay, with that, we've had, we've been talking about these numbers for a long time, even before today. And so I think, the city is at the point where we're going to present our last best final offer in a package proposal. I'm going to present this over to you, and we will go over it. There's two, it's the first part is package proposal, and the second should be Article 29, which is just part of it. This package proposal is going to address every single article within the current contract, so that it is clear what we're proposing and what would amount to a final proposal on the entire contract. We've done a lot of work this session. We've met, I think this is probably approximately the 14th time that we've met. What we're proposing, this is the city's last best final offer. We're proposing it at the 10 a.m. session, but it's currently 11:35. November, and that's supposed to say November 9th. I apologize, it's a typo. November 9th. City of Laredo package proposal. And what we're proposing is Article 42, duration of the agreement, a 3-year contract to end September 30th, 2025. Number 2, we have done a lot of work, and we have approximately, I think it was 22, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We have 20 tentative agreements that we have signed and agreed to. This package proposal includes all the current TAs for Articles 1, 2, 5, 6, 9, 10, 13, 14, 18, 19, 21, 24, 28, 31, 33, 34, 35, 36, 39, and 40. The next thing that we're proposing is for Article 15 on the annual base pay. We're proposing, again, lump sum payment so that we can add pay on the base pay for this year and not affect the ad pays. And we think that that's going to be, we want us to put that money directly in the pocket of the firefighter as a lump sum payment upon the execution of the contract. And it would be year 1 of the contract. We have upped it to a $3,000 lump sum payment. Year 2 of the contract, we have upped it to $3,300 lump sum payment. And year 3 of the contract, $3,600 of a lump sum payment. We're requesting or proposing that on Article 4, the recognition of negotiating authorities. The city's proposed clarifying language on 4.3 of that, which just does not change the intent or the substance of the current provision, but it just clarifies it that the intergovernmental contracts referred to are those of which have to do with the services from the Laredo Fire Department, including but not limited to fire and emergency services. On Article 7, the city is proposing on the management organization, the city's proposed language on 7.2, which is to change the 2 tested deputy chiefs to one tested deputy fire chief, and from 1 appointed deputy chief to 2 appointed deputy chiefs. The change in this provision will only be effective upon retirement of the next deputy chief, so it won't come into effect until the next retirement of a deputy chief. The next article would be Article 26 for political activities. On 26.3, the city proposes that this this should be the language for purposes, you should say for purposes of the agreement. Political activities shall be defined as making a political speech, distributing a card or other political nature or other political literature, writing political letters, signing a petition, soliciting votes and or contributions, display of political cards, brochures, signs, buttons, or banners, making public derogatory remarks by candidate for an elected position of municipality, events where elected official candidates for an elected position are self-promoting and taking an active part in another person's political campaign for an elected position. And this political activities refers to the things that are prohibited while a firefighter is in uniform or on duty. That's currently in the contract. On Article 27, association business leave, the city is proposing to memorialize in the contract that the association business leave cannot be used for political activities. On Article 29, health and life insurance, the city's proposed changes, including the union make the needed adjustments to the premiums needed to cover the fire retiree and dependent fund. See attached proposed Article 29. And that's the Article 29 that is attached to this. I believe that when we went through all of this, most of this was already agreeable. I know that on 29.7, and it's just a reorganization and clarification as to what the health and life insurance currently looks like and currently is. The changes that the city had asked from the union and that the union was considering was on 29.6. The city had proposed $25, raising the $10 to a $25 per pay period. Oh, excuse me, and I have it right
I
here.
didn't know that.
It's probably hard to see, but on the 29.6, that the employee agrees to pay $25 rather than the $10 per pay period to the city to offset the city's cost of paying the health benefit contribution for retired firefighters. And then on 29.7, it's on the comments that the open issue that the union will make the needed adjustments to increase the current premiums to maintain a healthy fire retiree and dependent fund to cover retiree and retiree dependent coverage. And that's been discussed at the table. So we ask that the commitment for that be made.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt your
Sure.
presentation. For Article 29, we came up with a proposal.
I thought so too, but we didn't have.
Not.
I don't think
We all looked and I think that, I know that we discussed it, but I don't know that we received it.
I presented it.
Yeah.
Last meeting. We gave you copies.
Ms. Kennedy, you were going to come back or maybe with. No, I knew you talked about it, but I didn't see it.
We didn't, I checked because I thought maybe I was missing it. And if we are, then we can.
I thought we had presented it. I'll look back at the meeting, but I'm
wanna
pretty sure
say we did.
I want to say that we talked about it, it said about the percentages based on whatever the retirees can receive.
Yes.
Those 3 different tiers, if my memory serves me well. But I don't think got it in a formal, like.
In writing.
I'll look back at records, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I know we were going to didn't come back type that and up. tell us if it was sufficient. We're going to look at the cost.
And we all agree that there is that statement at the very bottom that says, should the fund get to
Yes.
a level that we'll come back to the table, we'll
Yes.
talk
Yes.
about it. I
Yes.
remember having the discussion, but I don't think I received, you showed it to us, I don't think I got,
I'll look.
and I might be wrong. I went
I
to
might be
my.
wrong.
I looked,
I'll look back.
because I thought I was missing it. I conferred with my team
Yeah.
and nobody had a copy of it or received it, so. And I'll tell you, 29 is not
Okay, I just wanted to address that article because I know we
Sure,
were.
and actually,
Yeah.
I was gonna ask about that because 29, the reason it's in here is because I wanted, our package proposal just encompasses everything
Okay.
that is on the table. So on 29, we know that you have come up with or considering a system to address that premium, and that's all that we're asking. And so was our proposal here because that's the last thing I had. And that is something on Article 29 that needs to be worked out anyway. Okay. Article 32. Maintenance of standards, the city just wants to propose clarifying language on maintenance of standards. That the hours, wages, privileges, and conditions of employment in effect at the time of the execution of this agreement and subject to this agreement shall be maintained for the life of the agreement. The association and the city shall mutually agree that any additional privileges which may be granted and removed at the discretion of the fire chief without imposing additional contractual obligations. And the proposed addition of 32.3, nothing in this section is meant to eliminate or limit the rights of management as described in Article 6 of the rights of management. The remaining articles, which have been, we've been going back and forth on 10, it would be the rest of the package proposals that there's no change to the remaining articles, which would be Article 3, Article 8, Article 11, Article 12, Article 16, Article 17, Article 20, Article 22, Article 23, Article 25, Article 30, Article 37, Article 38, and Article 41. And the new articles, because I know that there were some articles, new articles that had been proposed by the city. On the no change to the remaining articles, I do want to point out that at this point, although that we're in our package proposal, because what we're looking to is we know that Article 16 and the percentage ad pays is a big issue for the city, and that we need to work on that. Just because we're including it in no change, does that mean that that concern is still not there? That is one of the reasons that we're proposing a lump sum at this point rather than percentage increase in the actual base pay. Article 16 is very important to the city, and that's why we're proposing a 3-year contract so that we can both, as a union and a city, evaluate the issue, study it, and maybe come up with some creative solutions that would address all the items that we have previously discussed. Article 16 is something that is a big issue that the city council, the city, the management, and the budget needs to deal with. And it would be to the benefit of both the firefighter, the fire union, and the city that we address the issues for the problems that are arising before it becomes an issue that's too great to solve. The estimated cost of the this city proposal is $4,890,240. It's an estimated $4.89 million of new money, of an increase in new money to the current contract. And is there anything else that we need to clarify on that? Okay. So for the city side, this is the last best final offer proposed by the city for consideration by the union and for this 3-year package proposal contract. Do you have any questions, or would you like to?
Is, just to point out, I guess specifically Article 29, could that be separate if we present it, just because it is an issue that we have to?
Yeah, it's an
address?
issue. I think in the proposal that we have, a lot of the, just the organization, like making sure that the life insurance, the titles, life insurance, dental, medical benefits.
You guys
I think-
can review it, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, could that be addressed
Yes.
on it by itself?
That's going to be something that needs to be addressed by itself anyway.
Regardless, yes.
So the Article 29, yes, we need to talk
Okay.
about that. In our final package proposal, we just wanted to make sure that we covered all the articles. So that's why we made reference to that. But yes, we can deal with that.
You have any questions? Apart from that, that is, everything else is non-negotiable. It's a group package, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
This is where the city's last best final offer. The union is still, can still place proposals on the table. Anything that we would have to consider, we would most likely have, that goes beyond this, we would have to go to the city council.
Okay. I guess we're 11:49 right now.
This is a lot to digest. Like I say, we had Article 29 pretty much typed out. I know we had talked about it, so when we come back, we'll present that one to go over it.
Okay.
Just to see if our numbers add up properly, because like I say, we did want to make modifications to prevent any downfall on that part. Beyond that, like I say, I guess we can just caucus, being close to noon, talk it over, lunch, and then come back at 1:30, more or less. I believe lunch is getting here at 12:30, so. If we're okay with that, we have no other issue to bring up or talk about at the moment.
Yeah, just let us know.
Okay,
Okay,
we can go ahead and caucus for that.
all right.